So a little bonus footage on the 2009 Ram 2500 with the wiper problem and the four-wheel drive problem. So I did two test drives, about 20 miles each, absolutely no glitches with the four-wheel drive, and the wipers work perfectly. So those two customer complaints addressed. I talked to the customer, and he also mentioned, one thing I forgot, when he dropped the truck off, he said he had trouble filling the gas tank. The day before he dropped it off, he said it took him like half an hour to fill his tank because the nozzle kept shutting off. So it sounds like there's a problem with the EVAP system. It's not letting the vapors out of the tank when you're trying to refill the tank. So let's do a little research on this and see what's wrong with the EVAP system, and hopefully we can resolve that before the customer picks it up so he can refuel on the way back home. So on ALLDATA, here is a quick sketch of the EVAP system. So gas tank, and then number 7 is a vapor or a control valve, and then there is the EVAP canister, there's the purge solenoid, and then number 5 is, it's called the ESIM valve. We've seen these before on Chrysler EVAP systems. Number 4 is a little filter right there. So let's read how this ORVR, onboard fueling vapor recovery system, works. Air flowing to the filler tube, no fuel vapors. Vapors are captured by EVAP canister, yes. So here we go. As fuel starts to flow through the fuel fill tube, it opens the normally closed check valve and enters the fuel tank. Okay. Vapor or air is expelled from the tank through the control valve and onto the vapor canister. So there's a check valve in the fill tube. Then there's a control valve on top of the tank. Vapor is absorbed in the EVAP canister until vapor flow stops. Stoppage occurs when you either stop fueling, obviously, or by having the fuel level in the tank rise high enough to close the control valve. So it's like a float. This control valve contains a float that rises to seal the large diameter vent path to the EVAP canister. At this point in the refueling process, the fuel tank pressure increases, the check valve closes, preventing liquid from spitting back at the operator. Fuel then rises up the filler tube to shut off the dispensing nozzle. Okay, so as you're filling, the vapor has to escape through the EVAP canister, through the eSIM, through this tube, through the filter. So first thing you want to do is take this hose off of the eSIM, blow this way, make sure that's clear. Then we can blow backwards through the eSIM. So that would happen if there's a vacuum in the tank, but we can just blow through here, make sure this is free. See if this valve right here, this check valve, is open. If this is all good, then we're suspecting a stuck closed check valve in the fill tube. But let's take a look. Well, it gets dark early these days, but let's dive under the truck. I located the EVAP canister. It's right here, easy to get to. I took off this hose, and if I blow through this hose, this goes towards the filter. Nice flow. Now let's hook up a spare hose to here and blow this way. No problems. Let me take the gas cap off and see if the vape, when I blow through, will it just come out the gas cap? Alright, so gas cap is out. Let's see. Definitely filling the tank. Okay. Now can we see this recovery valve, or the is that thing right there? I guess we can try to fill it with gasoline through the fill neck, see what happens. There goes nothing. I don't know, tank's feeling just fine. Maybe he had a defective pump. Customer complaint addressed. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed that case study on the 2009 Ram 2500. Some weird intermittent electrical glitches. The oscilloscope finally caught the four-wheel drive glitch in the act. And what's the conclusion? So I did a couple more extended test drives and everything worked perfectly. So I was confident in giving the truck back to the customer, but I made him aware that this made in China actuator could fail again. It failed once, it could fail again. So after 3 months, the wipers are fixed, wipers are working fine, not worried about the wipers. The transfer case motor, he said 2 months after he picked it up, that same code popped back up again. So he replaced the transfer case actuator with a standard motor products unit. It was about 300 bucks on Rock Auto. It's brand new, it's not reman, and the truck has been fine since then. So successful diagnosis. It wasn't the tip-em like the gut feeling was saying initially. It was just component failures, original wiper motor and this aftermarket made in China transfer case actuator, where the position sensor for some reason pulled the signal down to 0 very intermittently. For whatever reason, it did that. So that's the conclusion. Happy customer. Good thing you brought it over, because that required some in-depth diagnostics and patience with intermittent problems. Sometimes you just have to hook up the scope and drive the vehicle, and when you catch it, save the waveform. That's the only way you're going to catch it. So that's it for that one. A lot more case studies coming up, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.